Our approach to coordination resolution has a few different phases with it. The first phase is background models, so figuring out which is the right 3D background to use for the coordination effort. Sometimes, in a lot of cases, Vico will model these for the client, so we can take the 2D design drawings and we can create an architectural and structural background that suits well for coordination. As many of you may know, there's differences between design models and construction models, and we're very focused in Vico at making construction models. There's a lot of nuances about space and tools that are used and the geometry that's perhaps more important to coordination but not necessarily important to the design of the building. So when Vico makes a background model, we're really focused on making those construction models. We've also seen a lot more design models recently coming into play. So as Don recently showed in a different webinar, we have a QAR service, which is where we take a evaluation document and we look at the design models that we receive and we do what's called quality assessment and refinement. So that's what the QAR stands for, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like pretty quickly. Hopefully everyone was able to see Don's webinar, so we won't repeat it too much, but we just go through and we make sure that the design models that you have available are good for use during coordination, and then if there's any updates or anything that are needed, we can make those for you, document them, and move forward with the coordination. And that's what we're calling Phase 2 in this offering. And this is something that we think reduces, we've done some studies on it, and in almost every project we work on, we think that we can reduce the schedule for coordination by almost 40%. Lately, as we've really dialed in our process a little bit more, we're starting to see as much as 50% gains. And this is not just in the schedule, so the time it takes to complete the number of meetings, for example, but also the cost, because obviously when your schedule starts to get longer and longer and longer, there's a lot of cost associated with the people that need to participate in this coordination. So if you've got high-dollar foremans or superintendents driving down to the site, taking time out of their day to sit in these meetings, and then maybe you start to look at the same clash again and again and again, that's not the most efficient use of their time. So with this different approach directed towards those installers, we can make sure that their time is spent efficiently on site, doing what they do best rather than just working in the virtual environment. From this service, we offer shop and installation drawings as well as a constructability report. And we're going to take a detailed look at what both of those documents are later on in the presentation. Once we deliver what is considered the early phase coordination up there in Phase 2, we have a review and update period, and this is an opportunity for the general contractors, the subcontractors, the design team, and anyone else who is involved to see the work that we've done, provide their feedback, maybe mark up the 2D drawings, write and respond to some of the RFIs, and make sure that this early phase coordination gets developed further so that it's closer to what we need for the installation. After that, we have an additional subcontractor update where we would actually go from originally working with the owner or the GC and moving down to the individual subcontractor level. So after we complete the early phase, the review and markup has taken place. We give you the updated drawings. We fix up the model. There's an option for us to continue working with each of the subcontractors. And that has also gotten a lot of traction because, as many of you will know, it's pretty hard to run and manage a CAD department or a BIM department. There's personnel that's needed with it. There's hardware, software costs, a lot of complexities to running an internal BIM department. And some of our clients have found that it's just a lot easier to continue with us what we've started in the early phase coordination and take it to the final level of detail that they need for the installation of the work. And then the last thing that I'll touch on really briefly is our integration with facilities maintenance. I know that this is kind of a buzz term in BIM lately, and it's actually a very nice byproduct of the solution that we've come up with here. Because we are doing so much composite information in a single virtual environment, our integration into the facilities maintenance is very smooth and very efficient, and it comes directly out of the Coordination Resolution Service that I'm going to show to you.